Alright, day number 3, part 4. We're going to throw that intake manifold back on. You're going to have to pardon the noise from my propane heater going in here. Got to warm this sucker back up. Today's musical choice du jour is Octane. So let's get this party started. So I've went ahead and drug my intake manifold out of the soup that was my makeshift parts washer. Look at that, nice and snazzy. I got her thoroughly dried out. I blew everything out with the air hose. And I shoved some rags up in there. And it's been sitting overnight. I already went ahead and put the map sensor back on. So right now, I'm gonna throw the throttle body back on. Remember, I removed that little rubber gasket. Should fit back in here with no issues. I didn't expose it to any petroleum chemicals, so she should slide back in there real nice. Got my throttle body. Now, how about I make sure I'm putting this on the right way? I think that's right. I should go back and watch my disassembly video. That was 2 days ago already. Or a number of weeks in the time I'm posting these videos. But, taking my 10mm. I can't find any torque specs on this on the page I've been referencing. So I guess I'm just going to torque them to 12 foot-pounds. That should be a good safe number. Okay, yes, I have confirmed I'm installing this the correct way. Good thing I recorded all that for posterity, in case some of this stuff slips my mind. Ooh, it's cold out here. All right, we're gonna go 12 foot-pounds on the old torque wrench. In a crisscross pattern. 12 might even be much. Let's back it down to 10. See what we get with 10. That might even be much. Yeah, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't even think I'd go 10. Ten seems like it. Let's back it off a little more. Let's go 8. There you go. I think 8. 8 foot-pounds. Let's go with 8. I like that. 8 foot-pounds on the throttle body. So what am I gonna do? I got my little Scotch-Brite pad. I'm gonna put some brake clean on here. Just kind of hit the ports. Just scrub it a little bit with some brake clean. knock over my new can of brake cleaning. Just give these a good little scuff. I'll hit them again. I'll go ahead and wipe this off. Wipe up in the ports in case you got any up in there. I just want this thing to be good and sterile for when it goes back on the engine. All right, we're ready to go back on the car. So now I'm gonna do the same thing on the intake. Recalling that I jammed socks down into each port. I'm gonna go ahead and hit these with some brake cleaning. Try not to get any down in the cylinders. Scrub up these ports, which should be fairly decent after you went in with your what do you call it, chem tool. I still want to get these nice and clean. Do not want any intake leaks. Now I'm going to go ahead and yank the rags, socks, whatever you used. Just go around and give everything a final wipe. Be sure you pull 6 out. You don't want to stuff your intake back on. Realize that you had an instrument left in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. We're in the clear. So now we're going to reuse this old gasket. And I got some of this stuff. Good old silicone lubricant. You can use dielectric grease. I'm just going to put a little on here. Maybe squeeze the end of the tube out, get the crusties off there. I'll do that. Put a real thin layer on here. Both sides. Oh, and I had this soaking in my parts washer. I got that all cleaned off. Okay, do this, repeat it for all 6 ports. We don't need to film that. You get the idea. Okay, remember this piece? I went and kind of spiffied it up a little bit. This needs to plop right back down. Fit her right back in there. And now we got our gasket. Alright, we're ready to plop that down on there. Pretty sure there's only one way for this to go. Yep, it fits right down in there. Alright, gasket is back. You're going to want to maneuver around this. I don't know. If you want to, I suppose you could take it off the tank, but I'm going to leave it right where it is. Decided I'm just going to go ahead and remove this reservoir altogether. Just kick it out of the way. You're recalling I have these two bolts out, and there's one right here. 10 millimeter. I'm just going to go ahead and remove this one. Whoa, tight squeeze. Gonna need an open end wrench. Loosens up real easy. Careful not to drop this sucker. Alright. There we go. Just lift that out of the way. We'll see. It's probably not the right spot. Maybe just up over here. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. I got it up over on the strut tower. Just set it over on the strut tower there. Alright, let's get this sucker back on here. Right, like that. Back on. Alright, grab the bolts over here, off camera. The 3 short ones go in the front. Recalling that there's a lot of thread engagement on these suckers. Now without tightening them down all the way, I'm gonna just make sure I don't have anything in the way. Make sure everything is on. I think I'm going to plug. Get the PCB end back on here. See if I can do it with the manifold on here still. Maybe I have to loosen that line. Nope, there she goes. And this one, we got that red tab that has to come out. Mine's half broken. Snap that back on and put that tab back on. I think that's it for the back. Plug the map sensor back in. Now we look around the side here. Good clearance. Yeah, nothing's hitting. Alright. Okay, I went ahead and just put these down finger tight. And we're going to go on a crisscross pattern, torquing to 18 foot-pounds. Let's just start in the middle. Go in the middle and work our way out. Let's go to this one. Give them one last little snug. Let's make sure we're at 18 foot-pounds. Okay. Okay, let's put that power steering pump back. See if we're getting that on the camera there. Just gonna start these bolts finger tight. This one over here. Tight squeeze getting this one back in. I'm going to try torquing these to 18. We're going into aluminum here. 18 foot-pounds should be good. Again, no torque specs anywhere that I can find. At 18 might be a little much. And let's back that down to like 12. See what we get with 12. Might need to do 8. Yeah, we're gonna do try 10. I think 10 is a good. And this one does go into plastic. This uppermost one goes into the intake. So maybe 8 foot-pounds would be good for this one. I think 8's good for that. And this one on the side, let's give it a half an ugga-dugga. So now remember this, the one I couldn't get the connector out of. We're going to put this back in. Oh, bolt goes on the bottom. Maybe that O-ring a little wet there. Make sure I got that in there correctly and not off to the side. No, she's in there. Okay, so we're going to torque that to 8. I think 8 foot-pounds is a good. When you're torquing into the plastic like that. Okay, it's the throttle body plug. Plug that back in. Click. Snap the little red tab in. I think that's it for electrical connectors. Got the MAF sensor connector there. Yeah, so next, I'm going to grab this sound shield. Needs to go back down here. Finagle this in somehow. It covers up the injectors. Covers up the fuel pump. I'm sorry, injectors, duh. Covers up the fuel line. I have to go back and rewatch my video how this went in there. goes like that. I gotta go. I gotta go watch my video for reference here, and I'll be right back. Looks to me like it goes like this. Wow. It was sitting down right there. Should just go right like this. That looks right. It's gotta be right. Goes over all this. Yeah, that's it. Sit behind me here. Just clips under here. That no. Goes under that. I think that's how you do it. Let me zoom in on that. Yeah. Okay. Remember this piece here? Alright, this needs to go back. Plugs onto that solenoid there, and it goes over here. Let me see if we can see it on the camera. This little metal pipe over here. Let's fish this under these brake hoses. That doesn't seem right. Maybe it goes over the brake hoses. Under this one and over the brake hoses. Yeah, that's it. I think we just click this one on over here. Push in the blue connector here. Nope, I didn't get it. Let's see. Man. Oh, you really gotta push. Okay, that's in. Let's get this in. I think it just... Oh yeah, push down. Push down on that. Come on. This is really being stubborn. It's unlocked. Come on. There it is. She's pushed all the way in. Now I'm going to reach under and push the white tab back in to lock it. Yep. It's locked in place. Alright. I got my air box all spiffied up. And now some people like to cut this off, gut it, and they say it's good for airflow. I'm not going to. I don't feel like it. These little rubber grommets pulled out of the box and attached themselves to the PCM tray down there. I yanked them off and put them back in. There's 3 of them. Can't really see. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and I also, when I was soaking my intake in the parts washer, I took off the snorkel and soaked that too. Got that all cleaned up nice. I didn't soak the housing, I just went over it. Washed it real good. Kind of washed it over the tank, I didn't submerge it in the tank. Kind of gonna loosely put this in here. And by the way, I have the headlight out so I can see this, the back. Let me get the camera on this thing here. Back tab on this air box right here, right there. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get to from up above, so you yank the headlight to help with that. Alright, position that camera in the right spot. This one you can, yep, I can feel that one. Make sure that filter's sitting in there good. You don't want to crunch it. Now, get to slide this under. Woo! I know I took it out all as one piece. Maybe I should try that instead of this. Might be easier. Let's do that instead. Alright, let's try this. I'm missing a clip on this one. Looks like it broke off at one point in time. I think it's sealing just fine. Alright. Let's finagle this snorkel under here. Oh yeah. No, not that way. Box side in first. Alright, that works better. Maybe I should have put this, should have put that in last, because it looks like it's in the way. Ah, man. Well, I hope that you're all learning from what I'm doing here. There's not many guides on how to do any of these repairs, so I'm pioneering this whole thing. Okay, so I got that line up and out of the way. We're gonna put this back the box in first, and then get this snorkel on there. Beautinous. Now we'll get the box mounted back on its perch. Okay. Oh, sure, I can't. This front one's a little difficult to locate. Oh, she snapped down. Alright. Damn cat got back out in the garage. She's crawling all over my car again. Okay, so this is back in. We can set. Go back to putting this in place. Alright, now this PCV hose will snap back right in place. Lay that heater hose down. I'm working here, huh? You want to help me tighten down some clamps there, kitty? Who's home, Harley? Alright, we're gonna snug these clamps down. Oh, that one already is, duh. And I gotta fish out my MAF sensor connector, which I think I buried when I put the gearbox back in. Yep. Well, this will go back in there anyway. Okay. Here's a lesson for you. Make sure your MAF sensor connector is up and hanging out of the way. Okay, it turns out I didn't bury it under the car. I had it wedged up here on the wheel well. Duh. So remember this little red tab? Clicker in there, push the tab in. I gotta remember to put this blue clip back on the emissions hose here for the second time. Shenanigans are afoot in the jackwagon garage. Cat got out, she's climbing all over my damn car. You're lucky I'm paint correcting this car on Friday, Cat. scratches all over the damn car. I don't know, I'm assuming. Okay, ignoring her now. I went around and made sure all my connections are tight and everything looks like it's back in place. I don't see any electrical connectors hanging anywhere. All the emissions hoses are back. The coolant recovery tube is back in place. Checking that power steering reservoir. And I think what I'm gonna do is hook the battery back up. Alright. This should be fun. I can hear some buzzing. I don't know if I had put that all the way down. Alright. Get that battery back in place. I'm sorry, the cable. I hear the radio buzzing. Okay, battery's hooked back up. Got the bar back on. We're ready to rock. Let's do it. 12/31/2009, in case you didn't know. Yes. No check engine lights. You could feel her chugging a little bit. She's got to burn off some of that chem tool, but other than that, she settled into a nice idle. Seems to be idling nice. Well, there you have it. It's been a long few days here. But now, at least somebody's done a video to show you that it's easy to do. If you take your time, you can get it done. I guess my conclusion to all this is, I really don't think those valves needed to be cleaned. And honestly, I don't think that catch can is really necessary on this engine. I'm gonna say it. I mean, I got spooked after I bought this car reading all the stuff on the Camaro forums. None of the Impala forums have anything about this engine. Just people arguing over whether or not you should use a catch can. No empirical, whatever that word is, evidence of whether you need one or not. Well, I just did the proof. On this Impala 2012, I don't think you need a catch can. I'm keeping mine in for the fuck of it. I'll probably, if I go to sell this car, I'll probably take it out and put the regular line back in. 158,000 miles, those valves didn't look as bad as what those Camaro guys were showing on their LFXs after 40,000 miles. So I don't know if it's a Camaro only issue, but on this W-Body Impala 2012 to 2016, honestly, I gotta say, I don't think you really need that catch can. But I don't know, whatever. I was getting a fault code on that number 6 injector whenever it snowed out, so I'm glad I at least replaced those injectors. So if nothing else, and there was some oil buildup in that intake, so I'm just glad I got it all done. And now she's purring like a kitty cat. So, thanks to everybody for watching. And for sure, give me a thumbs up, please. I know my channel isn't that big yet, but I appreciate the views. I appreciate the subscriptions. And until we meet again, thanks for visiting my garage. Peace out.